Diana, gracias for the gift. I see you. Y'all are awesome. All right, we're gonna get into what's on your mind today. Oh, a lot of stuff, like always. Go D-backs. When a man says he's not good at heads in his headspace, does that mean he's just not interested? It could be an excuse. What's up, Nurse Petite? How are you? Oh yes, please take it all off. Lavish, ¿cómo estás? If they say, if they're not in the headspace, sometimes some people, Mama Bear, ¿cómo estás? Use that as an excuse not to pursue anything like with you, you know. But if they're saying if they're not in the headspace and you're looking for somebody serious, that's not the person for you. Manda, ¿cómo estás? Claudia, how are you? So if they give you any of those excuses, like let's go with the flow, let's take it slow, Mama Bear, just don't pay attention. Like, they're not interested. Mama Bear, if you want to ask a question, slide in the DM so I can slide in you. No, joking. Send a DM on the IG or the TikTok, and I usually cut people's names off too. It's an excuse 2 years later and still using that excuse. See, Elsa, thank you. It's an excuse. 9 times out of 10 is going to be an excuse. You know, if they tell you some sort of excuse why they can't be in a serious relationship with you, it's probably an excuse because, you know, let's be honest. And then she even said that 2 years and the homie was using the same excuse 2 years later. Come on, how much more time are you going to spend with this person that's not giving you that relationship you're looking for? Janet, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Hola, Edgar. ¿Cómo andas, amigo? Mar, we're doing amazing. Just over here, always hustling. Nope, move on. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they give you those excuses, it might be time to move on. Okay? All right, so we're going to start answering the questions. And if I don't pay attention to the comments, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm not trying to lose my train of thought. Just because when I do... if I paid attention to the comments and try to answer the questions at the same time, I get sidetracked and sometimes I forget what am I even talking about. Hey Chulo, I missed your live last week. Hey, well, you're here now. How do you know so much about relationships? Oh, I'm an expert. Not really. Arlette, ¿cómo estás? How are you? I've just been through a lot. Meaning I've been through a lot of relationships, like bad ones, good ones, just a little bit of everything. That's all I'll say. How's the Humix mix? It's actually really good. If you guys ever had the hard Humix ones, they're fire. What up, Princess? ¿Cómo estás? How are you, Princesa? Hi from Oregon. Ana, ¿cómo estás? So I'm going to get into the questions. Again, if I miss you guys' comments, I am sorry. I'm trying to focus on the questions. So let's get into it. All right, the first question, where we at? Where we at? My significant other and I have an open relationship, their choice. Wait, hold on. Their choice, and we have not been with other people for a while. Now I'm wanting to find a new friend, but since we never talked about us having an open relationship, what would that be considered cheating? What? My significant other and I have an open relationship, their choice. Oh, okay, it was their choice. I mean, if you guys had that conversation before about having an open relationship, why don't you have that conversation again? Because yes, if you do step out of your relationship without that person knowing, kind of sounds like you're cheating to me. Like, you know, let's be 100% honest. It sounds like you're cheating if you step out of the relationship, even though you guys had talked about having an open relationship. You know, if you have to go behind your person's back to hook up with somebody, kind of sounds like cheating, doesn't it? You know, would you think it was cheating if they did it to you? They went behind your back to hook up with somebody else, right? Miss Nancy, ¿cómo estás? Thank you. Hola, Sharon from Denver. How are you doing? Hopefully you guys are amazing. All right, let me get in. Next question. I fantasize that after I shower, my hubby kisses me, takes me by the hand to feel how hard is D, then throws me on the bed and goes down on me. After I'm super hot, he puts the in my mouth when I'm all wet from sucking because it's such a turn on. Puts it in my wet, ready for both of us to... Girl. And see, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you sent that message because I like how detailed you get, because trust me, that's why I said, like, it doesn't start from just like in the bed. It starts from before. It could start from the dinner. It could start from when you guys shower. It could start from all that. That's where it starts, and then it leads up to that just gives everybody a better experience. Like, if you start in the shower, you start like doing stuff there, then guess what? Now, like, by the time you get to the bedroom, it's gonna be a whole better experience. It's not just like, hey, let's go to the bedroom and get it done. That's not an experience right there. For example, like if you go on a date, say you're flirting with your person over there, kind of touching each other, kissing, and then that leads on the car ride, and then from the car ride to whoever's place, and so on and so forth. That's a whole better experience, and that's what I mean. Like, I like to give a girl a whole experience compared to just like, let's go in the bedroom and then that's it, right? Unless that's what. Sometimes a quickie, that's all you need, right? But if you have time, slow it down. Let's protect that girl at all costs. Not just the girl. Don't protect the girl at all costs too. Let's protect that guy at all costs because he's obviously fulfilling her needs, if that makes sense. And let's be honest, there's a lot of guys out here who are not fulfilling some people's needs. So shout out to that dude for being able to do that to her and giving her a great experience. Now, if you guys are in the Arizona area and you need a full okay. Next question. Hi, New Year page. I love it. How long do you think a woman should wait to have S with a new person? When the guy is kissing you and telling he hasn't done nothing in months, hopefully you can answer this. This one comes down to you because just remember, if you hook up with this person and then that's all they wanted and they leave, that could happen. That's happened to people. And so you have to, at the end of the day, you're an adult. If you want to hook up with somebody on the first date, there's nothing wrong with that. People do that all the time, and there's nothing wrong. Just be safe, precautious. But just know that if that's all they wanted, they might just dip out right after that. Now, and if you want to make this person wait just to see if this person is really all about you, just wait. They're willing to wait. Trust me, if a guy is really into you, he's willing to wait until you're ready to do it. Even it doesn't matter if he said it. I haven't had it in years. You need to let me have it right now. Come on. And you're gonna be like, oh, okay, he hasn't had it in years. I'm gonna give it to him right now. Maybe he was hooking up with somebody the weekend before. You don't know. Like, he's not gonna be honest with you like that. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I was smashing this past weekend, but So, but like I said, at the end of the day, you're an adult, and if you want to hook up with them, whenever you feel like it's right, then go ahead. But again, if you do it on the first date or in the first few dates and that's all they wanted, they might dip out right after that. Just saying, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, if you're in the area, okay, enough of that. Can an avoidant attachment guy feel shame and guilty for cheating on you? We are trying to make things work after I found out he cheated while we were on a break, but he tells me it's eating him up inside. The consequences from this actions. I forgave him, but he's the one struggling to forgive himself. Oh my God, I don't want to hear that shit. Of course he's gonna tell you he feels bad about it. He's not gonna be like, it felt fucking amazing. Like, you think he's gonna tell you that? Like, let's be honest. You think he's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm hurting so much about it. I just can't stand this. I can't go on anymore. In his head, he was like, yo, that shit was nice and wet. Like, the way she did this, oh my God. Like, you don't know. And he's gonna tell you what you want to hear, right? So again, and you said you were on a break. Okay? You said you were on a break. Technically, because most guys think on a break it means you guys are separated, not just like, hey, we're taking a break from seeing each other. That's why you have to make those things clear. Hey, let's just take a week from seeing each other. That's a different type of break. Hey, say let's take a break, to me and to most guys, that's saying like, hey, we're gonna stop dating right here and then go do our own thing, and then once we come back, that's why you have to make things clear, because guys will use that as an excuse, saying like, oh, I thought we were on a break. Like, doesn't that mean we're separate? But then if you do it, oh my God, they would think that you were cheating. But you have to be clear on breaks, okay? And if you got to the point of being on a break, let's start thinking about that. Like, why are we here? How did we get to the point of being on a break? Is this relationship working? Like, should we continue this? Because if you got to a point where you needed to take a break, right? She didn't think he was gonna get lucky. Like Ross and Rachel. Are you sorry he's talking about Friends? Because I haven't seen Friends, to be 100% honest. All right, next question. Had two side friends with benefits, but more of just the benefits. I dropped them both when I recently rekindled an old flame from 16 years ago, and the connection is amazing. But the S is bland, and I believe I had my first interaction with someone who suffers with ED. The connection is great, but I need the great S. Girl, let him go. Because if that's what you want and he's not giving it to you, girl, abort mission before the mission even starts, because why would you get yourself into that? This man walking around with Mr. Limpy, his little disability going on, and you're gonna entertain that? You know what I mean? Like, drop the dead weight. That you just started talking. Who cares about the connection if you're there? Like, the intimacy is not there off the bat. What makes you think it's gonna get better? You know, and he should have went to go fix his disability first before he reached out to you, or maybe he should go and fix his disability. Be like, yo, it's this shit's working now. We going now. So get him the blue chews, that too. But the blue chews I've heard is more for just like an overall better sexual experience, not so much for ED. Okay, so just a heads up, like the honey packs. The sexual enhancers are not so much for ED problems. Okay, just a heads up. Would it fix it? Probably. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it does have something in it that may fix ED for the moment, but for the most part, it's just so. There's also like Bell's Beauty. She says Viagra. Absolutely. Like, there's other stuff you can do. But the first thing that I would do if I was in that situation is go get my hormones checked. Because most of the time, you can just go get your hormones checked, and guess what? They'll be like, yo, I'm going through this problem. Yo, I was like this, and now it's like this. Like, what's up? What's going on here? All right, next question. And I got not too sure if you can answer this, but I feel down because I have no mood for anything. I just go to work and go back to home. I have no friends, hardly family. Any suggestions? But I love the lives. Girl, you need to get out. Like, you need to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, meaning like just go out. Like, if anybody else is struggling with this, go out with, even by yourself. Go out with friends, go to an event. Just going and cooping yourself up at home, it just makes everything worse. Go in the sun, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a bike ride, go do something outside. You know? Like, go to the library, go to the bar, go get lunch by yourself, go for a walk, there's things going on all the time. And if you live somewhere where it's cold, library, movies, out to eat by yourself, there's always things to do. The worst thing you can do is just stay at home. This is so me, I have no friends, I need to leave my house. No, see, it doesn't matter. For example, I came from Idaho knowing a few people here, but it's not like I have like super close friends or anything like that. I just go and do shit by myself. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, like I've gone to concerts by myself. I've gone to events by myself. I go to eat by myself. I've gone to the movies by myself. Like, there's nothing wrong with going by yourself. Cause like when you feel like, oh shit, I need to get out, I just go, you know? So again, learn how to be by yourself. That's the biggest thing. Also, like, if you can learn how to be by yourself, you can, like, you're gonna take a lot less BS from future partners. So because you're like, I was better off by myself, I'm not gonna deal with this shit, you know? And that's me. Like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit, I'm better off by myself, you know? And then I'll go back to being by myself, because I've been like, I'm so used to being by myself. Okay, so that's what you need to do, is just get used to doing things by yourself. Even if it's just going to Walmart, okay? Go to Walmart and just walk around. Go to Target and just walk around. Be out. And then once you start going out a little bit, guess what? Start a small conversation with somebody. You see somebody wearing some shoes you recognize? That's what I would do. Like, before, I would start like small conversations. Oh shit, are those the Jordan so-and-so? You know, and then you start a small conversation. Oh, this. And then guess what? You become more social. Okay, it's just little things. Of course, I'm not saying go out and socialize with everybody. You know, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. But I'm just saying, you know, slowly start doing them. Go to Starbucks, everyone just grabs the drinks and sits there. Absolutely. And never go. It's funny, some people don't want to go somewhere by themselves because they think that other people are going to judge them. Absolutely not. Like, I've never gone and seen someone getting a coffee by themselves or eating by themselves and been like, oh, what a fucking loser. No. Never. I just, I go by myself all the time, and I'm not like, oh man, people are gonna think I'm a loser here by myself. No. All right, next question. I'm afraid to put myself out there, not knowing what the hell I'm doing. Your people on here are scary. The shit of dating, no dating for 5.5 years. These are not the 90s anymore. Oh, absolutely. Like, if you think that these are gonna be, it's ever gonna go back to the 90s, absolutely not. And it's just like everything else. You have to learn how to adapt and to just go with the ways now. And what you have to do now is just be aware of your red flags, what you will and will not accept, and have your boundaries. And then that's it. And if people don't, can't really commit to that, then that's it. And funny enough, I actually released a podcast episode today called Why Dating Sucks in 2025. And it's different reasons why people have a hard time committing. And overall, like, if you get nothing from the podcast, get this. Like, if you've had a bunch of horrible dates, horrible men in your life, horrible women in your life, take 6 months to a year and just focus on yourself. Like, just stop dating. If you've had like horrible person, just guess what? Just take some time for yourself. Just focus on you for a little while. No need to be dating. Like, if you're having a bunch of duds, no need to date for a little while. Because you just want more duds. But I just released that podcast episode today, Uncomfortable Convos. Link is in the bio. It's actually like the 10 different reasons why dating sucks in 2025. So if you're going through some dating issues in 2025, definitely something to check out. Or if you're single, looking to get back into dating, it's a good podcast to listen to. So link is in the bio for that one. All right, hold on. Next question. My boyfriend has a lot of S dreams multiple times a night. Is that normal? He says he's just not. What is that normal? He says he's not that. He's just having nightmares, but I know it's S dreams because he moans and gets big. Yeah, and he even starts shaking. I mean, unless you're in his head, how do you know? You know what I mean? Like, I could have been like, I had a dream I was riding a unicorn, and then like we got to a cliff and I fell off, and you're like, you were hooking up with somebody else. I know it. I know in your dream you're fucking somebody else. And because have you ever had like those like when you fall and you wake up, like what, does she think that you're hooking up or something like that? No. You can't be 100% sure he's dreaming about being intimate. Okay, like, I think that's more of insecurity vibes, maybe, insecurity vibes, because you're not in his head. How do you, oh yeah, just because, and okay, he gets hard in the morning, then guess what? It's, you know what that's called? It's called a morning wood. Trust me, I get them too. It's not because I was dreaming about being intimate the night before. No, it happens. There's a lot of blood going through the flow. That's why, like, it's, get a quickie out in the morning and you're good to go, right? But it's called a morning wood for a reason. It wasn't because, hey, last night you were just, what's it called? Dreaming about being intimate with somebody. So the best opportunity is, yeah, if you see it hard in the morning, guess what? Take advantage of it. Be like, oh, well, it's hard, so let's use it. And so if that's your only problem, there's ladies out here who are struggling with guys who have ED, struggling with guys who are very vanilla, don't want to try new things. And if that's your problem, girl, come on. I'm single and being single for 5 years, haven't met nobody worth it yet. See, there you go, Barbie. I'm glad, But if you wake up and he's got a morning wood on, just take advantage of it, girl. Take advantage of it. Even if he was dreaming about unicorns the night before, okay? Can you please talk about verbal abuse? It's a huge issue and still needs to be addressed because a lot of women think it's okay. Absolutely, a lot of women think that it's okay. No, verbal abuse is still abuse, ladies. Okay? Verbal abuse is still abuse. And that's where it starts. It starts with verbal abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and so on and so forth, right? So you need to be careful because, again, that's where it starts. If you let them get away with being verbally abusive, to you, it doesn't end there. That's just like the beginning. What if you piss off your person enough that gets them, that unlocks the next level, right? What is the next level? Is he going to swing on you the next level? Come on now. And it's super draining too. I would never be with somebody who is verbally abusive. I did talk to a girl one time, and you could tell she was like verbally abusive because some of the shit she would say was disrespectful. If we're in a relationship and you become disrespectful to me, guess what? I'm out. Okay. And that was like a huge reason too, like why my past relationship didn't work, because if you get disrespectful with me, I don't get disrespectful with people. Even if we're in an argument, even if we're talking bad about like arguing about something, I never get disrespectful with any. I never call you anything out of your name. I never hit you with petty shots, and then I just ask for the same. So once it starts, it's a never-ending cycle. Absolutely, once they get away with the first time. So where do we meet women over 30, no kids, having a hard time, bro? I'll tell you right now. To meet a girl over 30 with no tax dependents, it's gonna be a problem. Not a problem. It's gonna be difficult. And then not just that. Like I use the same thing about like girls when they want like a certain type of man. You want a woman. Here's the filter for women. No kids, over 30. Has a career. You know what I mean? Like and good looking to you. So now you just filtered her like all the way down, and on top of that, they gotta like you. I'm not saying nobody likes you. I'm just saying now they have to like you. What makes you? Yeah, you might find the perfect girl that checks off all the boxes, but that doesn't mean she's gonna like you. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like it's difficult to find a girl especially over 30, that has no tax dependence. It's gonna be, hey, take advantage, bro. She got some tax dependents. Guess what? That's a future write-off for yourself right there. And then also, like even guys too. Most guys have some sort of kids too. Unless you're like me, the only kids that I got are in liquid form that can go on you or in you. Whichever one you prefer. But actual tax dependents, I got none, so we don't got to worry about those. You just got to worry about the other ones, right? So, but yes, it's definitely difficult to find somebody. So maybe be okay with them having at least a kid, because again, it's going to be very difficult, because you're going to get older and older and older, and then guess what, like now it's less and less and less and less likely that you're going to find somebody that doesn't have kids. So that's why I'm saying, like, maybe you should make some sort of compromise that they do have a kid. Maybe they got to be a little bit older, that way you don't have to like sit there and take care of them. So most women right now are at least going to have one kid, and same with guys. Most guys are going to have at least one kid. Unless you're me. So if you're in the Arizona area and you want to have my liquid kids on you or in you, just I'm just joking. All right, next question. I masturbate now that I am not with no one. Will I ever get in trouble? Will I ever get in trouble or trouble getting orgasm when I'm with someone? I'm a girl. Unless the guy knows what he's doing, unless the guy knows what he's doing, you won't have an issue. Because there's some guys who don't know how to do it. And you know whose fault that is? It's y'all Susio's fault. You know why? Because you guys fake orgasms, okay? And you guys also tell guys that they're the best that you ever had, when clearly they were not. Okay, so this is why you got to coach whoever you're talking to. If they're not doing so great, if they're not, hey, be like, hey, next time you should do this. Hey, next time you should do that. Not just be like, oh yeah, because I had somebody submitted a question saying that is it bad that I told my partner, I don't know if it was her boyfriend or whatever, that he was the best she ever had, when she said it was the worst she ever had. Yeah, that's bad, because guess what? Now that guy thinks that he's destroying it, and he's only gonna do the same things that he's been doing because he thinks it's getting you off, all because you gave him false feedback. Okay. So let's not be doing that. Let's not just coach them. Don't tell them, oh no, you sucked, right? No, just be like, oh, next time let's do this, or next time do this. Or you could even kind of lie, be like, oh, I was almost there, but you stopped doing this, or something like that. Just coach them along, tell them. Like, I remember I told you guys before, I was fucking I thought I was destroying it a long time ago, like when I was in like teenage years. But then when a girl told me, she straight up told me I sucked. And I was like, me? Suck? That was such a huge ego killer. I told myself no girl would ever tell me that again. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, you might get a guy like me who's like, hey, I'll make sure you never say I suck again. Nobody will ever say I suck again. Because that one time that I got told I sucked, Yeesh. I felt like I went from being up here to like, yeah, that was bad. That was a huge ego killer. And at the time, I never told anybody because that's, like when you're young, you're not going to tell your friends and stuff. Yeah, she said I was horrible. I was just like, yeah, I destroyed that bitch. And in my head, I was like, she said I was fucking bad. And like, she said I sucked, And maybe, who knows if I didn't, maybe like she just said it to be rude. I don't know. But I'm glad she told me I fucking sucked because your boy got better. All right, next question. I've been talking to a guy for years, never meet up. He's always telling me I am the one, and he wants to talk about future stuff. I've told him before, if it's just us, he wants to be real and just say it. We do what we got to do and continue in our lives, but he keeps insisting it's complicated. I've been talking to this guy for years, never meets up. Girl, I hate to break it to you, girl, but if you've never met up with this person, you have a pen pal. He's probably married. He's probably in a relationship. He gets bored, so he messages you, and sometimes he probably gets a little spicy over the text messages. But girl, years? You didn't say year. You said years. Okay, come on, girl. I'm thinking he's probably married. He's probably in a relationship, and he's just bored at home. So like he knows, hey, I'll flirt with her a little bit, just because I know I don't got to meet up with her. Maybe she's going to send me a few nudes or something like that. Maybe that too. Come on now. If you don't meet up with somebody in the first month, move on. And how do we submit questions? Okay, I know a lot of people have been asking this. So once a month, I do, over on my IG, I put the anonymous question thing up, and you guys can submit questions there. But if you guys want to submit a question now, slide in my DM so I can slide in you. I cut everybody's names off. Like if you guys send me a DM, I cut your name off, and I even record it. I forget who even sent it. So, because sometimes I go through and screenshot a bunch of questions and answer those. But if you want to participate in these lives once a month, follow. Make sure you guys are following me on my IG. This is my IG right here, Scar Talks. I don't post it on the stories on TikTok because I can't link it. I can't link the little anonymous thing, only on IG. So I post it on my Scar Talks, my that one, and then my personal page is Scarface, like the light in the back. So definitely go follow me over there if you guys want to participate on the next one. So, but again, back to the pen pal. That man is a pen pal, and I wanted to say this too. And if a guy is talking to you long distance, just make sure that guy can afford a long distance relationship, because it costs money to go see people. I hate it when I know this person that was in trying to talk to a girl that lived far away, and I was like, bro, you can barely pay your rent. Like, you can barely pay your rent. Like, what makes you think you're gonna go see this girl, right? Like, because if you go see somebody, guess what? Now you gotta pay a flight, or you have to drive there. You have to pay an Airbnb or an apartment, or not an apartment, a hotel, and then have like money to spend over there to like take her out to eat or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to date long distance, make sure you guys can afford long distance. I'm not saying you have to be super wealthy. I'm just saying, like, at least have a little bit of money in your pocket that you're gonna be able to take her out. My husband and I, we're long distance now. We're married. Yeah, I'm not saying long distance can't work. If you guys start local and then go long distance, because obviously like work and things like that, then that's fine. I've dated girls long distance and I've made it work. Like I remember like the first time I had a long distance relationship, I was in Idaho, she was in Dallas, and I would fly back and forth. And that's what I mean. Like I would at the time I had my own media company, and I would just book gigs in Dallas, get stuff done, stay there, and then fly back, right? And then I would just keep going back. And then eventually got to we had the conversation like, hey, like we can't be doing this long distance anymore. So I was like super close to moving to Dallas, but and it ended up not working out. So, but again, if you're talking to somebody, you should meet up in the first month if they live close by. And if it's long distance, it should still be in the first few months. If you say you haven't met up with this person in years, you guys are pen pals. Next question. Was friends with a guy for 2 months. We hook up one night. Now it's been 5 months of us having S once every week or every other week. I was sick and he took care of me, purposely wait for the gym to drive me home. He knows I have feelings for him. Every time we have S, he stays to cuddle and have dinner. Why? I mean, it kind of sounds like he likes you, huh? I was going through the question. It kind of sounds like he likes you, girl. If he's doing all this stuff, it kind of sounds like he likes you. Just ask him, be like, yo, what's up? Like, are you looking for something serious? Because again, kind of sounds like he likes you. Like, there's no advice there. It sounds like because he's doing little things for you, taking care of you when you're sick, driving you home. Like all this stuff, he's doing like what boyfriends should be doing, right? So just have that conversation with them. Be like, hey, are you looking for something serious? Or like, what's up? What are we doing? Are we just friends with benefits? Figure it out now, especially in the beginning, right? And it kind of sounds like you may be catching feelings too, because like if you're questioning it, he's staying to cuddle after you guys hook up. He's taking care of you when you guys when you get sick. Okay, love the shirt. Hey, snatch that up, my boy. All right, next question. My friends with benefits said we should cut out S completely one day because emotions will get involved. We still continue. What the hell? Hold on. My friends with benefits said we should cut out S completely one day because emotions will get involved. We still continued. What the hell? Why? And again, are you guys hooking up every day? Like, what is going on here? How are you just like, oh, one day we're not going to hook up? Kind of sounds like you guys are hooking up all the time. And yes, the more you connect with this person, yeah, somebody eventually catches feelings. That's why it's hard to have friends with benefits, sneaky link, because somebody catches feelings. Hey, thank you, Rosa. Somebody always ends up catching feelings. It may be you, it may be them, right? And especially if you guys are hooking up all the time, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I get it. It's not, I love hooking up, right? But if you guys are just friends with benefits, how are you guys hooking up every day? Like, you guys go and see each other every day? But again, if you're there just to hook up, like that's all you need, then tell them. But it's really hard because somebody eventually catches feelings. Like, let's be honest. My friends with benefit wants to hook up more. Now is it bad? I mean, he got some needs. If he wants to give it to you more times, then nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Because again, people have needs. I understand that. People have needs. People, like, they want to release that energy. Those inner demons, they want to release them, okay? And it's okay, but just have clear boundaries with your person. But just be aware, like, if you feel like the other person is catching feelings, or if you feel like you're catching feelings, it might be time to dip out, because guess what? If they're just there to hook up, they're going to end up hurting you later on. So as long as they're on the same page, absolutely, Maria. Next question. Oh, already read that one. Sorry. Why won't it delete? Oh, there we go. When I haven't replied or talked to my friends with benefits for a while, and he would FaceTime or call to check up on me, and a while is maybe only a week of MIA. What does it mean? Doesn't usually friends with benefit want S would just say, hey, let's F. Why call and chit chat? I don't know. People connect on different levels, but if they're calling just to chit chat, just to talk, it could be that they might be catching feelings. And that's why I'm saying, like we were talking about earlier, like sometimes you have to be careful, because it may not be you catching feelings, it may be them catching feelings. Because the friends with benefits, a sneaky link shouldn't be like, hey, let's hang out, let's go to dinner, let's do this, let's talk on the phone for hours. No, that's like boyfriend and girlfriend type activities. If you're just there to hook up, tell them, be like, yo, like, why are we like calling each other every day? You need to tell them like what you're there for and what you need. And hopefully he's on the same page, because maybe he thinks that you guys it's going towards a relationship. I prefer a traditional relationship on both. But just remember, like you have to be clear with the person, because they may, and that's why it's hard too, because maybe you just want a friends with benefits, like a sneaky link, and they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, that's all I want too, just because they want to hook up with you, but maybe low key they are looking for somebody, right? So that's why friends with benefits and sneaky links are difficult, because yeah, of course you can go and have fun, but been sneaky 5 years. Hey, go on with your bad self, girl. All right, next question. Hold on. Where's it at? How do I get in my feminine vibe? If I'm so used to being very independent, I think guys just want S, and I kick them to the curb. I feel like I'm done with the dating part. Am I wrong for that? No, because that's what happens when you're independent, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, if you want to be more in your feminine vibe, you just need to let the guy let the guy lead a little bit. They don't gotta lead the whole thing, you know what I mean? Like, just, hey, let's go do this, hey, let's go do that, ask for a credit score. It's really hard, because I'm not saying don't be independent, because if this guy doesn't pan out, you can just be like, all right, fuck this, I'm better off being on my own. Like, I don't need a man. But at the same time, it's okay to to fall back a little bit, because of course I like myself an independent woman too, but at the same time, I'm gonna be the one leading. I'm gonna be hey, like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, open the door for her, like, and things like that. Be the guy, right? And sometimes you need to find that right person who's going to put you in your feminine vibe, if that makes sense. Because, like, I don't want to hear it. Like, if you're an independent girl and you tell me, be like, nope, sorry. I already made reservations to this place. I did this. Like, this is what we gonna do. So, because I'm more of the dominant person, right? But I think that's the best advice I could give you, is just, like, let the guy lead a little bit, right? Just let him. Even though you're not used to it, just let him do it a little bit and see what happens. And if you feel like you don't want to be dating, take that as a sign too. Just focus on yourself for a little while, and then eventually you'll probably be like, you know what? I think I kind of want to put myself back out there, right? All right, next question. I love when my man is taking me from behind and I reach back and massages. He goes crazy, girl. Of course. Reach back around, like, do some things. Like, I like it when a girl reaches back and she, like, does, like she pulls the cheeks apart. That shit's hot to me. Like, she's like that, she's holding on like that, pulling the cheeks apart. Like, her face is on, and or like you can like push her head down. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of fun to be had. And if you can do that and reach around and just like stimulate him a little bit more, there's nothing wrong with that, girl. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, girl. And it just playing with, like, trying different things. Don't ask him, be like, yo, can I reach around and grab him or play with him a little bit, and just do it. And if he doesn't like it, then guess what? He'll be like, hey, don't do that. Kind of like when the girl, remember how I told you, like, when you're going down, like, don't chew on it because it's not a fucking chew toy. Yeah, I said that before. Don't chew on it. I told her, hey, stop using your fucking teeth. Because that shit hurt. Like that was the first time that ever happened to me. And I, like, was caught off guard on that one. And that shit, because I was like, what the fuck was that? I said it loud, too. I was like, that hurt. So you and I, when are we getting married? Say less, girl, where's the ring? So, go ahead, try different stuff. And I love that you reach around and get them off. And I'm sure, like, maybe you found that out just by trying it one time. I found out that I really enjoyed when the girl, like, when you're doing it, she's on all fours and then she reaches her back and, like, she spreads them cheeks for you, and then you can just see everything going on. You're, like, holding the hair, pushing her down, like, doing different things. You know what I mean? So it's fun. That's why I said great experience overall. So, like, if you're in the Arizona area, okay. Next question. Been married for 7 years. I called it quits a year ago. Not divorced, but the lineup of guys that were just waiting. Mind you, I'm a plus size, but not ugly. And I'm just in awe of the guys that are hitting me up. Single guys, married guys, you name it. Like, why now? LOL, summer is approaching. See, there's always guys that want a girl, even if she's married, in a relationship. Like, I've seen girls, like, for example, Becky G. She keeps going back to her POS guy that keeps cheating on her. But I'm like, she fine as hell. If she ever opens one of my hundreds of DMs that she never responds to, it's over, right? But when people find out that you're single, guess what? They all come out of the woodworks. They're all just, hey, what's up, girl? Like, hey, like, you single now? And which is great that you saw that, just so like other ladies can see, like, stop dealing with this dude who's treating you like shit, because there's a line of guys waiting for you to become single because they want to treat you like a king or queen. My bad. They want to treat you like a queen. So, like, if this guy's not panning out for you, like, if you've done whatever you can to try to figure whatever this is out and it's not working, then guess what? It's time to move on. That's what I would say. It's time to move on. And there's a lineup out there. You just don't see it because some guys don't like to, obviously, like, I don't want to go and message a married girl and be like, hey, if you're ever single, holla at your boy, because then that's kind of disrespectful to the guy, right? But if I find out a girl that I liked is single, I'm going to be like, what's up, girl? Again, ladies, if you're dealing with a guy that's not treating you like a queen, trust me, there's a lineup out there for you. So stop dealing with somebody that doesn't fulfill every single one of your needs and your holes, okay? Next question. Been married for 7 years. I called it... Oh, already read that one. Sneaky Link or Christian and Anastasia married S. Ooh. Now, Christian and Anastasia, that's the 50 Shades of Grey, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. That's 50 Shades of Grey, right? Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to answer me. Where the freaks at, though? Yes. Okay. Yeah, see, I want to have one of those rooms. Like, to be 100% honest. Like, I want to have a room where it has, like, all these things you can try. That's why you got to find somebody who matches your energy, your spice level, because, like, I'm trying to try different stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting a business here soon. Like, if you listen to the podcast, I explain what the business is. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, go listen to the podcast. And a lot of the stuff that's in there, your boy wants to get. Okay? Hey, gracias for the gifts. I see you, girl. So that's why if somebody doesn't match your spice level, and you'll find this out right away. Okay? You'll find this out right away. And it's either you tell them now, because I've had the questions where you guys are like, oh, 5 years down the road, guess what? They're still vanilla. Well, you should have told them year one, like, coached them then, because you think year 5 they're gonna change. No, like, if they can get away with whatever they did year 1, then guess what? Year 5 you're gonna look the same. That's why you need to tell them, or if you tried coaching them, tried telling them, tried like molding them into your spice level and it didn't work, then guess what? They're not gonna change, and it's gonna be a big problem later on. I'll tell you that right now. If they don't match your spice level, like, right then and there, it's going to be a bigger problem later on, because you're just going to be like, I need somebody to fuck me up. This guy doesn't want to fuck me up. I need somebody to throw me around, give me some hand necklaces, tie me up, call me good girl when I'm being a bad girl, make me gag, cry with it, you know what I mean? Like, all this stuff, right? And there's somebody out there that will do that for you. Like I said, if you're in the Arizona area, like I'm around... Next question. My ex-husband called me sexless, but in reality, I love being choked, hair pulled, arched up. When I'm into it, I like to gag on it, and I hit it against my cheek, tap my tongue. I go crazy, LOL. Thanks for my new partner. He made me squirt 4 times with breaks. Of course, girl. And see, this is why. Like, there's people out there who are going to fuck you up. Your new partner, like we did the whole video before where she said she didn't know she could release those magical waterfalls that many times in a row because her partner that she had originally couldn't do that. But then her new partner made her do that. And she's like, I didn't even know I could do it. But that's because you're dealing with Mr. Vanilla over here, and then like this person over here is just a better, knows what he's doing, wants you to have the best experience possible. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if don't deal with Mr. Vanilla. Like, if he's not cutting it off for you, there's 32 flavors out there, girl, and you're dealing with vanilla. Okay. So, like I said before, there's other people out there who are willing to match your level. So in the beginning, if you find out that their spice level is not nowhere close to your freak level, it's gonna be a big problem later on. And there's somebody out there who's gonna be able to fulfill that. Again, Arizona, like if you the main road over. Next question. Would you ever be intimate with a female that has physical disabilities, but she's still being able to do sexual things? Well, it depends what the disability is. Okay, like what are we talking about? Disability? Like they can't walk? Probably not, because I like to do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just being 100% honest. Like I just got back from a run not that long ago. Like I would like somebody who also likes to go on a run. I just bought 2 e-bikes. I would like for somebody to come on the e-bikes with me. You know what I mean? So it depends on the disability. Like, do they have is the disability a no gag reflex? Girl, I'm willing to look past it. I really am. I'm willing to look past it. Right? So it just totally depends. And you have to be like, I wouldn't want to change me to try to fit somebody else's like, oh, I have to turn into this type of person to be with them. Like, I don't think so, you know? So again, it totally depends on the disability, right? Because I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to be with a guy who his disability is Mr. Limpy, right? Right? Come on, let's be honest. And yes, that's a disability, okay? Because that's not normal. All right, so next question. Is it bad to be enjoying S and craving it more after you've been neglected for over 9 years? What? Recently divorced, met someone awesome and felt like the S. Oh, okay, sex addict. But I'm loving it and I just can't get enough. Don't judge me. Oh, girl, trust me, we're not judging you. I'm just telling you. And the reason you enjoy it so much is because you haven't had it in 9 years, girl. You put yourself back out there. You're out there getting your shit plowed. Like, trust me, getting thrown around, hand necklaces. Of course you're gonna love it. Of course you're gonna enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you should have been treated to begin with, right? You shouldn't have went through 9 years of not being intimate with somebody. You know, like that's the problem there. That you went 19 years, and now you're just with somebody who is taking care of you. Go on with your bad self, girl. Nothing wrong with that. And don't be afraid. Be like, who cares if anybody's like, if you tell someone, oh, he's giving it to me like 3 times a day, she's going to be like, ew, 3 times a day? It's probably because she don't even get it once. Sorry, I spit a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're getting it 3 times a day, go for it, girl. If you're getting it 4 times, go for it, girl. Don't let anybody. If you're hanging your head off the side of the bed, like the bed, and the dude is effing your mouth, go with it, girl. Nothing wrong with that. I love that position too. Great position because you get to slide it in her mouth, and you can reach up, and you can play with her. You can do all sorts of things. All right, on. All right, next question. Why is it so hard to let go? It hurts more because he left us for a side chick, and my child is not his, but raised it like it was his, and now he ignores the child's messages. I don't care about him, but he requested to be in the child's life, and now he leaves him on red. Everything because people brainwashed. And see, this is why, like, you got to be careful who you introduce your kids to, because things like that can happen. Yes, that happens normally. Like if you're with somebody and you introduce your kid to them, they get attached to each other. And then shame on him for saying that he still wants to continue in his life, but then he just completely ghosts him. And then maybe just having that conversation with him and telling him how things are. I don't know how old he is, if he's going to understand. But just having that conversation, saying that, hey, like, he's just not going to come back. And do not let this guy come back. You know what I mean? Like, imagine him ghosting the kid for a few months and then comes back, right? No, you'd be like, hell no, you dipped out. Now he's used to not having seen you around. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, you know, because people make the mistake and they're like, okay, you know, he grew up with no. If he left for that long, if he's able to ghost the kid for that long, and then decides to come back, no ma'am. And it sucks because he's the one that's gonna, you know, eventually maybe he's gonna be like, why didn't he like me, or why didn't he message me? You know, that's why again, you gotta be careful who you introduce your kids to, because are they gonna be around long term? I don't know how long you guys were dating, and how long, you know, the kid was around the dad or like the guy. But you just got to be careful. You know, you got to know that somebody's going to be there for the long haul, because things like this can happen, right? And so just be careful. Again, like I said, just be careful and always protect your kids at all costs, okay? That's why I'm saying, like, wait a little bit before you introduce them to whoever you're talking to, you know? Even if you take like a year, if they get mad, who cares? You're looking out for your kids, you know? You're looking out for their best interest. And if they get upset, that's on them, you know, because if I'm talking to a girl and she doesn't want to introduce me to her kid, okay, that's fine. You have your reasons. I'm not going to be like, why aren't you introducing me? You know, like, no, like, I get it. You're looking out for your kid and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But there's those guys who are like, why don't you introduce me to your kids? No, absolutely fuck not. All right, next question. I've been with the same man for 16 years, 2 kids, never married. We're finally splitting, but I'm afraid to get back into the dating scene. No one other than my baby daddy has seen my body after kids. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not the tight little pre-kid body I used to have. Girl, I'll tell you this right now. Most guys don't care. You know, because I've seen girls that have kids, like, they got, some girls have stretch marks, some girls have the baby, the pooch, whatever. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I always say that's great for more RPMs. You grab a hold onto that. Guess what? The thrusting power goes through the roof. Okay? But it's never, like, you're going to get back into the dating scene, and it's going to be different no matter what, you know? At the end of the day, make sure you take some time for yourself, meaning, like, hopefully you took at least 6 months, a year, if not longer, to make sure, just to focus on you for a little while. Don't get into another relationship, because the last thing you want to do is jump right into another relationship and all of a sudden, you know, that dude's the rebound, right? You don't want to do that. Just take some time and heal, because you guys been together for a long time. You need to just take some time for yourself and heal, because especially when had been together for a long time, it takes a little bit longer to heal from that person. So that's why I'm saying, like, take some time for you. Don't just jump into another relationship right away. But if you have taken some time from this previous relationship, just have your boundaries and your red flags, because there's a lot of shit out there. Same here, single after 20 years, scared of shitless. No reason. I mean, I get why people are scared. I get why people feel that way. But trust me, there's great people out there. But what I'm saying, your most important thing you should focus on now that you're single is focusing on you. Maybe start that side hustle that you wanted to start, that business you wanted to start, those hobbies you wanted to do. You know, focus on yourself. You know, people go through their healing era, hikes, walks, bike ride, like, start doing all this other stuff. Just don't be worried about dating right now. Like, after I told you guys, after I had horrible relationships, like back to back, I took 3 years from being into a relationship, and it was the best thing I've ever done. Social media grew, business grew, like, everything grew, like, because I was able to focus on me, heal me, and then just focus on what I wanted to focus on, not focus on, let me give this girl attention, right? Let me do this, let me do that. Dating in your 50s is hard. It is. I get it's gonna be hard too, but you still gotta heal. You know, would you want to spend the rest of your 50s with somebody horrible, or at least find somebody who's gonna be enjoyable to spend your time with, right? Because I get it. It's difficult dating at any age. Your 50s, your 60s, your 30s, your 40s, like, your 20s, like, trust me, each age range comes with difficulties in, like, different ways. But I would rather be with somebody who I enjoy being around than somebody I don't enjoy being around. Like, that's just 100% honest. Like, I would rather be single than to be with somebody that I'm just like, why am I even talking to this person? Okay, so just take some time to heal. That's the biggest thing. So, next question. Why am I cheating? Because you're cheating. If I'm in love, I'm a female, been married for over 10 years. He's also married for over 15 years. Feelings are developing. Is it time to stop? LOL, help. Yeah. Because you're asking why you're cheating. I'm thinking, again, just based off what you said, I'm thinking that there's issues going on at home. Maybe you're not being intimate with your partner. Maybe you're no longer in love with your partner. Maybe there's no longer feelings there. And so you look for that fulfillment somewhere else. And this guy's giving it to you. So you need to figure out what's going on with your marriage. Either, get out of that marriage, because obviously, like, if you're cheating, clearly it's not working out. And then go be with this dude. But then also remember, that guy is also married. So imagine how his wife is feeling. So imagine you got with somebody and then he was cheating on you with another girl. Like, how would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, think about that. How would you feel if you found out that your man was no longer in love with you or was cheating with some other married girl? I'm sure it wouldn't feel great. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. So I would say just first figure out what's going on with the home relationship, figure that shit out first, and then start looking elsewhere. Because I get it. Like, if there's no spice at home anymore, if there's no like feelings, intimacy, like none of that, you're gonna look for that somewhere else. And that's what happens when like people grow apart. They don't try to keep that spark in the relationship. That shit happens. And so now it's just like, if you guys try to fix it, you guys try to do whatever you could, maybe it's time to separate. Okay. So, and I know it's difficult to separate. I'm not saying it's not like it's easy. It takes time to separate too. And it takes like sometimes the divorce, as long as there's progress being made in the divorce, and they don't live together, then okay, like I can see like why people would date. But like if they're still married and there's no progress in the divorces, no, absolutely the fucking not. So, all right, next question. Been chatting on a dating app to some two guys. I just so happen to be flying to their country in 2 weeks. What up with the hesitation to meet for coffee and maybe some spice thereafter? Why the hesitation? Because they're probably not, like, they're probably married too. Just because they're in a different country don't mean they cheat less. Okay. To me, like, if there's hesitation to meet up, it could be they're getting cold feet because they're probably in a relationship, probably married, or like, and they're bored and they're on these apps. Like, some married people are on these apps because they're bored at home. Like, they're not interested to see what their wife is doing. They're there to see what girls they can get, to send them nudes, to flirt with and stuff like that, entertain them, if you will. Because no, if anybody gave me a hard time about meeting up, I would question that. Because if you're vibing with somebody through messages and then you're like, hey, let's meet up, and they're like, oh, I don't know, like, I have to see, like, it's just, I'm so busy, like, if I start getting those vibes, I'm like, never mind. I'll just be like, all right, cool. Because again, back in my Edgar doesn't give a fuck days, I talked to girls that were in relationships and married too. There was this one girl that it just popped into my head. She would block me and then unblock me when her man wasn't around, because she would me to message her out of nowhere and like ruin the whole thing, right? But then every week we would meet up. Week we'd meet up at the park. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention. Like, a lot of people go to the park to cheat. People ask like, hey, how do you know these things? Because your boy was doing it. She would be like, let's go to the park. Nobody's gonna know. I would be like, okay. Like, why don't you just come over? And then be like, no, we gotta go to the park. All right. Go for walks. It's funny because, see, this is why you guys love coming here. You guys get these stories from me. Like, one time, the same girl, we went to the park, we were talking and everything. It got dark, obviously, and this was the first time I hooked up with her. Because we had been talking for a little bit, kiss here and there, right? Things like that. And then dark, nobody around, and she was about to leave, right? Like she was, hey, like she was like, I was hugging her, she hugged me, and then all of a sudden, like we started making out. One thing led to another, and then basically, like I had her two doors open, like the front one and the back one, and then we were smashing right there in the park. Like it was dark. That's what I'm saying. Like you think your man is cheating? Go check the parks. So, but then he that ended up not working out, obviously, because she was fucking in I think was she married? No, she wasn't married. She was just in a relationship with her baby daddy. And then I think later on he found out, because he would give me like horrible looks all the time. But yeah, that's where it started, at the park. So that's what I'm saying. The parks. That was hot. Absolutely. It was hot at the moment. Like, trust me, in the park, like we're just doing it there. And then we went inside the car, and then I think that day, or that night, we probably smashed, because we did that the first time. Like I said, that was the first time, and then after that, you just like all these emotions and stuff start running. And I think, if I remember correctly, like we did it like 4 times. So, but again, if you take anything from that, the park. Anyways, next question. Tina says, I can confirm a lot XXX in the park. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, like you guys are gonna get me in trouble, and then people are gonna start messaging me like, what are you talking about? So there was another girl. She was like I don't know if it was like a situationship type of thing, but then one time we were at the same party, right? And afterwards, we're not afterwards, but she had told me at the time, like, hey, I'm gonna leave too, right? And I'm just like, all right, she probably thinks she wants something here. So she first left, and then I left, right? Like at different times to make it seem like we didn't leave together. And then we met up at the park, and then see, that's what I'm saying, at the park, like literally, like a lot of shit happens at the park. And then we were at the park, and then she was just telling me, like, we were just talking, and then all of a sudden, like, pants were unzipped, and she was making gagging noises. That's all I'll say. At the park. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you think your man is cheating? Go check the park. Next question. On my way to Brazil soon and getting divorced. Haven't had S in months. Not matching freak was one of my marriage issues. How do I get to break a bet on my trip? Was married 15 years. Trust me, I don't think you're gonna have an issue in Brazil finding somebody. Just don't get kidnapped. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes, especially in the favelas, like the hoods, you gotta be careful. You know, like you don't know what's going. A lot of shit goes on over there. I would say, I mean, even there's some bad spots in the United States too. I'm not saying that all of Brazil is bad. There's some beautiful places in Brazil. I definitely want to go to Brazil. But I would just say be careful. And I'm sure you can find somebody to help you break a bed. Like, just find the friends with benefits or a sneaking link type of situation. But just be careful in Brazil, because it's gonna, like, you don't want to get kidnapped. You don't want to get trafficked. Because you never know. You never know what goes on over there. I'm not saying every place is horrible over there. I'm just saying there's some bad places over there. So I would maybe a past fling or somebody you're interested in, let them know that you're just looking to hook up with somebody. You know, because that's the best way to do it. Is like you're just looking to have fun with somebody. Just hit them with that one. Hey, I'm looking to have, like, all I want to do is have some fun. I'm not looking for anything serious. And if they don't get the hint, they're not the one. All right, I'm gonna do one more question. Guys always talk about sit on my face while I make you. How true is the guys love this position and it's okay, hold on. I'll tell you this right now. I want you to suffocate me. I want you to be on there and just, like, I want to turn blue. Like, I want to, like, just, I want to have a hard time breathing down there. Like, and if I go, I go. That's a great way to go. I'll tell you that right now. You know, if I went out the way I wanted to go out. It's better that than freaking getting shot on the side of the road or heart attack, right? I would go out like that would be top tier right there. Man passed away because woman was right in his face and suffocated him to death. You know there would be guys that read that. Just slow clap. Just be like, that man went out like a champ. That's how I want to go out, okay? Because that shit's, I don't know why it's hot. Like, hey, sit on my face. Fuck yeah. What chat did I join, or what did I join into? Jess, you built this algorithm brick by brick, okay? Stop blaming me. You built this algorithm. That's how you found this chat, okay? Don't be blaming me. You built this algorithm for yourself, okay? But yes, suffocate me, please. All over here. And I remember the first time that someone did that to me. Like, I didn't even tell her to, and she just did it because I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, she was just getting up, and all of a sudden she got on my face, and I was just like, "Suffocate me. This is it. This is how I go. This is how I go." Just do it to your guy, you know, because I don't know. I think it's a huge turn on, you know. And then if you add a little bit of motion to it, perfect. You know, that's the way I want to go out. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off. If you guys listen to today's podcast episode, reason why dating sucks in 2025, link is in the bio. Uncomfortable combos, new episodes every week. That's the right there. And if you guys missed most of this chat, it is gonna go on YouTube. It should be up tomorrow morning. I record every time I do the questions. I record them and then I post it on the YouTube. That way you can go back and watch it. If you want to participate next time, follow my IG. That's where I post the anonymous question thing. Once a month we do this. Like, I put the poll up and answer all the questions I get there on a live. And so that's why, like, people keep asking, where do I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question. You got to be following me on Instagram, okay? So definitely go follow me over there. And I go live every Mondays and Thursdays. I need to change this, but 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But when I'm doing the questions, I like to come. I want to come an hour early. So 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That way people on the East Coast can also join in, because I know it's a little later on the East Coast. You know, sometimes some people are 3 hours ahead, and it sucks because they're, you know, it's their bedtime. You know, they got to go to sleep. You know, they got an adult in the morning. So definitely check me out. I'm going to be back on Thursday. I do bonus lives every now and then, but on Thursday we're going to continue asking these questions. There's still a lot of questions left. There is a shit ton of questions. We might be doing this for like maybe 2 or 3 more lives. And this is a lot of fun because I know you guys love it. So definitely check it out. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Make sure you guys be there, and definitely go listen to the podcast because it's out now. Okay? All right. I'll see you Susias later.